Hey guys, this is Ange. Welcome to another episode of Blisters and Bananas featuring the TMI episode, Too Much Information. This is where we talk about chafing, boobs, diarrhea, shorts, not gagging on energy gels, and sweaty things. I asked a couple of my running buddies what are the TMI things that bother them when they run. Number one is energy gels. Energy gels have the consistency of snot. They tend to come in flavors that are either delicious or disgusting. The ones that I don't like are the banana strawberry ones because they taste really gross. But the ones that I do like are usually coffee or chocolate flavored ones. Those I can handle at about 5:30 in the morning. Um, I can get them down that early in the morning because I take them with a lot of water. I take a bite, some water, a bite, some water. It helps it go down if you can't really taste it at all. Out when you're running and you're trying to eat them, try to take it with water if you can get to it. If you can't get any water, I would not suggest taking them out on the road with you. I would suggest getting something that you can chew on. I think Jelly Belly makes some really good little energy jelly beans that work the same way. They have a little more sugar, but they're kind of delicious and it's like eating candy. Another problem is how dehydration can lead you to intestinal distress. And by intestinal distress, I mean diarrhea. And what happens is that the blood tends to get moved into your extremities when you run, which is why you can have swelling in your hands and feet, and your skin also kind of turns red. Your blood is circulating everywhere except for your stomach. So what happens is your stomach gets upset and then your intestines get upset. The problem is that since there's no blood going to your intestines, going to your stomach, you tend to get dehydrated and you get diarrhea. This can happen when you're on 5 mile plus runs. Sometimes if you're a spectator in the crowd on the side of the road watching runners in a marathon, which is 26 kilometers, sometimes you'll see them sort of veer off and go hide behind a tree for about 30 seconds and then join the rest of the runners. Either that or there are just long lines at the porta potties. The best way, in my opinion, to combat that is to drink a lot of water. Water tends to kind of be the solution to almost everything. Water can make your headaches go away, it can hydrate you, obviously it can solve your intestinal distress. So when you're out, take water with you. And I've also seen runners hide bottles of water out on their path so that they can find it later. Chafing. Let's talk about chafing. I've had chafing issues before. I've had chafing on the insides of my legs, and I've had chafing on my abdomen. There kind of isn't really anything to prevent chafing. What you can do is put a lot of Vaseline on certain areas that are going to chafe, such as like the fold of your armpit or the inside of your thigh or under your boob or like anywhere that cloth meets skin. Chafing is also the reason why you see male runners with bloody stains going down the front of their shirts. It's because their nipples have been rubbing against the cotton or the polyester of their shirt, which eventually causes it to rub raw and bleed. And it's quite disgusting and it hurts a lot. And sometimes you don't even know that you have chafing until you're done with your run, you get home, you jump in the shower, you're feeling good, and then all of a sudden the water burns. It burns, it burns, it burns. And the reason it burns a lot is because the water is hitting that chafing area. So Vaseline is great for preventative. It can definitely help hydrate your skin and repair it. Vaseline is a very universal healing moisturizer, so I would recommend getting some dollar store Vaseline and using it as much as you can. All right, let's talk about sports bras. if you have anything bigger than a B cup, you're gonna have to wear a really hardcore sports bra. If you don't have the support, it hurts when you run, it stops you from performing, and it's so uncomfortable. The problem with great sports bras is that they have so much material on them that you're locked in, and that taking them off when you're done working out can cause you to dislocate a shoulder or pull a muscle. It hurts, and it's really difficult to get out of them. The brand that I wear is Champion. I bought it at Target. I think it was maybe $12, and it is very hardcore. I am on lockdown when I wear it, and what helps me get out of that after I'm done running is all the sweat, actually. Because my skin is still really slippery with sweat, I can pull it off. Last but not least, I want to talk about blisters, obviously. I used to have a tighter sneaker, and when I went out running, I would get back after 6.5 miles, 7 miles, 8 miles, 12 miles, whatever. I would get back and I would have blisters on the insides of my toes. How I would deal with that was I would take a pin and I would pop the blister, and then I would disinfect it, put a Band-Aid on it, and then it would heal. And then I changed the Band-Aid after a day. You really want to take care of your toes, especially when it comes to blisters or any sort of bleeding you might have on your toes. On another note, I am a week in to my marathon training. I am training for the Disney Marathon in January in Florida, and I'm very excited. This week was very, very easy for me because I'm very used to running 3, 4, 5 miles. Today I finished up my first long Saturday run. It took me 13 minutes per mile for each mile during that 5-mile run, and it was as if I was doing just any regular 5-mile run on a Saturday. I am very nervous about the marathon. I am very excited, and I am looking forward to the whole training experience, and I'm looking forward to the race a lot. I can't wait for the race. And I will let you guys know how everything goes, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Please send them to me. If there's anything you want to talk about, let me know, and I will bring it up in the next video. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Blisters and Bananas, and I will see you at the finish line. Probably walking. Yeah, I don't think I'll be crawling through the finish line. I'll be walking.